Smutty. From time to time, I'm asked by large businesses to run my course for teams called Write the English Better. The course was inspired by my time working as a translator in a bank. Translator wasn't my job title, but translating was 90% of the job because the bank preferred to employ communications managers rather than forbid gibberish. The bank had a particularly Kafkaesque relationship with the word bonus. On the one hand, the bank wanted to dangle a carrot over the bridles of employees pulling its cart. On the other hand, the bank found the idea of bonuses vulgar. Caught between the rock of its squeamishness and the hard place of human nature, the bank followed its natural instincts. Bonus, a universally understood monosyllable, was reimagined as a three-word skyscraper: short-term incentive. You might think Australia would be quarantined from euphemistic mouthfuls. This is a country where Alison Langdon, a respected reporter, was not allowed on a breakfast TV sofa before she was reborn as Ali. The network didn't think viewers could squeeze Alison out of mouths full of Wheaties. True story. Anyway, no sooner did the bank inflate bonus into a three-word blimp than the blimp was predictably deflated to STI. Now, I don't know about you, but my father would have been in a heap of trouble if he told my mother he picked up an STI at work. In Write the English Better, I point out what I think of as the better-known meaning of STI, often to blank looks. The blank looks made me wonder if I'm dated by what I hear when I hear STI. However, a friend in public health assures me that STIs are still in her portfolio and that no one considers them a bonus. Here's another one I'd like to try on you: self-love. Again, when I was a boy, this was also something my mother wouldn't want to hear about, which is why, being a boy at heart, I silently snickered when I saw The Neuroscience of Self-Love in a Bondi bookshop. Naturally, I picked the book up, only to find out that yes, it is a book about being kind to yourself, just not in the way that I thought. As someone who could be kinder to himself, I bought it, read it, and am coming to my point, which is this splendid passage from an otherwise pedestrian book. Perfection is just a form of procrastination. You look at this seemingly unattainable goal and think, well, I couldn't do it perfectly, so why try? It is your mind telling you to just put it off until you are ready because it's avoiding discomfort. So let's get rid of the idea of being perfect and let's start now. I loved this idea that holding out for perfection isn't lofty, it's an excuse we give ourselves not to start. Sometimes you have to back yourself and give it a go. That sort of thinking is why I floated the balloon this week about whether you'd be interested in a workshop on writing the welcome sequence that will set up your email newsletter to be profitable. I told myself that I wouldn't hang around. If I got a strong response, I would commit and get on with it. So I did, and it's happening the week after next. If you have an email newsletter or you're thinking of one, you should come. Your welcome sequence is the cornerstone on which the success of your email newsletter is built. If you get your welcome sequence wrong or you don't have one, your subscribers may not stay subscribed long enough for you to build the relationship that will make your email newsletter profitable. Stephen. P.S. Why not take the perfection/procrastination thought into your weekend? What have you been putting off because you're not sure you'll do it perfectly? Oh, and if what you've been procrastinating about is the welcome sequence for your email newsletter, the link is in your show notes. You've been watching or listening to The Obvious Choice, the Taylist newsletter read by me, Stephen Lewis. As always, all the links are in your show notes, including the link to From Hello to Hooked, which is all about getting your email newsletter welcome sequence perfect. You'll also find the link to the Taylist email newsletter, which you should be subscribed to so that you never miss an edition. Get them straight to your inbox by going to taylist.agency/newsletter.